one of the first, I guess, superintendents in the country to test drive this passion-driven schools. What prompted you to do that?
The love that I have for our staff. What's most important is that our staff has the opportunity to establish wellness in their lives. And I spoke with Dr. Burton about that premise of the work here in Orange Township, and he was able to provide me with a prescription to support the staff in terms of the wellness aspect outside of the academia within my school district.
What impact do you feel that it's had on the schools, the teachers, even the students and the staff?
Certainly retention for staff, because we prioritize their mental health and emotional health on a continuum. And so I always want to make sure that our families have a gateway to a staff person who is good, right? There isn't anyone who could teach well who is not mentally well. And so that's why we incorporated the wellness component into the 4 schools that we have passion-driven leadership in.
Now, during the process of a passion-driven program, what was your aha moment?
The staff's ability to reflect and then asking for more support. They weren't afraid, right? And so in those sessions, we had the opportunity to kind of peel back the onion and see what needs they had, and so we can incorporate those needs into our strategic work here in the district.
Where did you find it necessary, or when did you find it necessary, I guess, to focus in on teachers and their mental capacities?
Due to the pandemic, what I recognized was that there was extreme burnout. What I also recognized was that there was a lot of mental distress, and we had to hone in on those things. We began by having Wednesday, which was Wellness Wednesday. During the pandemic, we were remote and hybrid, and I wanted to incorporate something throughout the course of the day to ensure that it would continue as we came from the hybrid approach back to in-person 100% of the school day.
Would you recommend a passion-driven program to any other school districts?
I most certainly will. For those that want to invest and reinvigorate staff, this is certainly the way to go, because we put a emphasis and a priority on wellness, and I believe that other districts should do exactly what we did here in Orange Township.
What has Passion Driven done for you personally?
It makes me proud that we have a partner that understands the philosophy from my district goals as well as the strategic plan. And why is that important? Because we have to make sure that we have students who are able to compete with their like peers, but we have to make sure that staff, they're able to compete. They're able to come to work happy, right? And if with them unable to come to work happy, what ends up happening, we don't have a return on our investment. And I feel like it's so important to ensure that our staff is well, they're doing great things personally, and so professionally, they can soar to new heights.
What differences have you seen in the schools that have adopted passion-driven, or should I say the schools have become passion-driven schools?
Smiles, thank yous, that we prioritized self-care and wellness. On a continuum, they know that it's not all just about the academics, but also about the establishment of not just the staff, but the entire child, right? So we're taking care of the whole staff member and also the whole child.
Let's talk about what does it mean to be a passion-driven leader?
It feels great, because ultimately, I have to ensure that all staff members are great, all students are great, but also that I'm okay, right? Because I have to be able to lead. And with the philosophy from passion-driven leadership, I'm able to reflect on practice, make those tweaks to improve my practices so that I can lead in the best fashion forward.
What would you say about the founder, Dr. Tyrone Burton?
Forward-thinking, caring, strategic, empathetic, leads with love. I believe that in order for this program to work, it needed a leader who understood the facets of not only instructional practice, but also the makeup of staff and children. And Dr. Burton certainly is that professional, that educator who understands the full gamut of the staff and the students. I think it's a great program, I really do. And I think that the program has allowed for my school district to embark on adventures unknown, right? We didn't know what was going to happen in terms of staff embracing the program or not, every staff person that I've spoken to have embraced the program.
Yes.
And that means that the program is working and that it's relevant to their not only professional practice, but their personal practices as well.
Wonderful.
Yes.